Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's Micros Market Recap. Let's get right into it. It is Tuesday, March 14th at the close of New York. Look at oil. Oil opened inside of its range from yesterday. Remember, we had that gap down move and then climbed back up yesterday and got into range. Well, we opened inside that very large range from yesterday, had made a move to that close, but we never got it. We got stuffed at this HVA edge twice, before they had that round trip. Remember, you have that defining low, defining high, you come down. That's a round trip move, meaning that there's a change of hands of who's in charge. And they brought it down even lower, making new contract lows here for us in oil, ultimately finishing the day negative compared to yesterday. As far as gold goes, gold, if you recall, opened the gap up yesterday from Friday's range. It just climbed up and kept climbing, didn't even look back. Well, today we opened inside that range, and well, we didn't really go anywhere. We did hit this edge several times. I had several opportunities for our students for potential entries, even farther down there as well. Needless to say, in terms of where we're finishing off, we are technically net down in gold as well, but not by much, but we are down on the day. As far as our equities go, depending on what market you looked at, if it's the Dow or micro Dow, you're still inside the range from yesterday, but you are net positive. And we are net positive in the ES and NASDAQ for today. It was an interesting day, to say the least. Let me scroll this back. Rollover. We've got split participation between two markets, and it's just overall the day was just interesting. So we opened at the range high above it, above that close, and had an initial sideways step for a few minutes before they hit this HVA edge, bounced off of it, and decided that buyers were going to hold the charge and that rally for today. And this whole progression throughout and the development for today was just choppy as can be. It was slow, it was choppy, methodical. Any footing to go higher was fought tooth and nail. But you can see on the selling side, there wasn't that same pressure. They were more large slips before, so the sellers were definitely there, and they were waiting and wearing out those buyers for certain. Ultimately, they did get worn out, and you can see just the pace picked up. It wasn't so choppy. You can see you actually have more defining areas of support and resistance developing rather than the choppy consolidated moves of the day's morning. So with that said, we did make new lows for the day, but ultimately the buyers finally kicked it in the high gear and brought it back up. Not that they made any new highs, but they did bring it back above the close from yesterday. So we are finishing off the ES net positive. Similar story in the NASDAQ. It is net positive for the day. It's just that morning was choppy and slow, and it's just, this is a great example of that window of chop. You just see these sideways actions, sideways action. That's a ton of consolidation building there, and that's a fight, not necessarily something you want to get involved in. But when they move and have, an orderly mindset, you could say, you get more of those larger price actions and swings and responses around areas of support and resistance. Here, again, it's just a fight all day. That's that thinner volume from the split because we're in rollover, on top of the world news that is going along right now with the banking crisis, whatever you want to call it. But you can just see this morning was very consolidated, very congested, very grindy. Those just barely a move up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then right around lunchtime, when those big institutions typically are going to lunch, you see that start to relax and you get larger swings developing. Granted, yeah, you still got those micro congestions, but they're not as frequent. You can see there that they start picking up and those spreads get larger as that momentum starts to build. And this is the more of a trading environment that you're looking for. This choppiness very far to your left is not ideal for your stops by any means. So if you are in a choppy environment, one way to mitigate your risk is simply just go down in contract size. Now, if you're a one contract trader, you might consider trading the micros, and that's what we are looking at right now. The micros, they're going to be ticking around the same level as the minis. There might be a few discrepancies between them, but ultimately it's just a tenth of what the minis is in terms of margin and reward and such. But again, that afternoon had a little bit more of a fluid movement rather than that congested movement. It did start getting congested again, but with the close approaching, that volatility did pick up once more, and you can just see getting more of those sweeping movements instead of those consolidated, congested step threes. So we did finish net positive in our equities and down in gold and oil. If you are interested in learning more information about trading, what futures are, how you can get these levels onto your charts the night before, and these levels I'm referring to are these tannish rectangles. These are drawn the night before each day's uh, trading activity. So if it's for a Monday, they're actually typically drawn on Saturday. So sometimes they're a day or two in front. Most likely just the night before, though. It's kind of hard to to get these levels for trading 2 days in advance when you're in the middle of the week, because they are based off of what we teach in the room. It's the market profile methodology. It's different parameters than a lot of people have out there. So there's a lot behind it, but we make it simple. We have them ready to go for each student's own ability to download and draw into their respective charts so that they're ready to go for them and ready for them to use when they can put them onto their charts. But again, if you are interested in learning more information about the methodology or simply how to get these levels onto your charts the night before, again, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. Again, that is targettrading.co. Get in touch with a consultant at either location. They'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. We look forward to seeing you there.